What is up, guys? It is Devon back here at DLDFS. Gonna talk to you about the NA LCS Playoff Slate that starts on April 7th, so that'd be tomorrow as of right now. Here in 45 minutes, it'll be today. So, we have FlyQuest and Golden Guardians playing on April 7th, which is tomorrow for me right now, but it'll be today for most people that are watching this video. And then on Wednesday, April 8th, we have 100 Thieves versus TSM. So the slate's going to span over 2 days. And I do like to... One of the main things I go off of when I make picks, because I'm not using a projection system, I'm solely basing it off of how I've seen the teams play, if they're in a drought, if they're hot right now, they're winning on a win streak, things like that. Also, pricing on Draftkings will determine how I pick, but also another tool that I like to use is Vegas odds. So right now, I haven't found. Normally I use Bovada for odds, and they don't have any odds for the TSM 100 Thieves game yet, our series, because it is on Wednesday. So here is the betting odds for FlyQuest and Golden Guardians. We got FlyQuest coming in at minus 215 and Golden Guardians plus 155. So it's actually a lot closer of a line than I was expecting. I was expecting to see FlyQuest favored by at least 350, maybe even closer to 4. So honestly, I think out of underdog teams, which the way that Draftkings has TSM priced right now, they have TSM priced as an underdog to 100 Thieves. So out of the two underdogs, TSM and Golden Guardians, I would consider, most people would probably think that TSM is not really an underdog. If anything, maybe it's a 50-50, it's a toss-up with 100 Thieves. But I think TSM in a 5-game series is a much better team than 100 Thieves. So we'll see what happens. But I'm very surprised by how close this line is with FlyQuest and Golden Guardians. And as I just brought up, these are 5-game series for playoffs. So it's just like the LEC slate, or the LEC and NA LCS slates that were combined this weekend. You need to think about the not played game bonuses, because if you have a team where they 3-0, those players that are on that team are going to get an additional 40 points per position for not playing those final 2 games. That was the big thing for me when I split first place on Sunday for the NA LCS and LEC slate. I had Niski, Sven, Vulcan in mid ADC and support, and then I had Blabber in the captain spot. So Niski, Sven, and Vulcan, all 3 of them each got 40 plus points, and then Blabber also got the 40 plus points, but he was in the captain spot, so it actually ended up being 60 plus points for not playing those 2 games. So, and that was what ended up catapulting that lineup into first place. So when looking at it, what team do I think has the best chance to 3-0? And if you're asking me, I think that FlyQuest has the best chance to 3-0. I think the TSM 100 Thieves game could go to 5 games. I think it goes to 4 at the minimum. I think it could go to 5. And so I think FlyQuest has the best chance to 3-0. So if you think that a team is going to 3-0, it wouldn't hurt putting one of those players from that team into your captain spot, because you're getting the additional 20 points from the 1.5 times multiplier if they don't play those 2 games. So you're getting 60 plus points at the end of it added onto their score for whatever they already have. So that was a big thing for the lineup that I had on Sunday. Having Blabber in that captain role and having him get that 60 additional points was huge. Now, the way that I'm looking at this slate, TSM is, I think, very underpriced. Looking through initially, Broken Blade is the second. I'm not counting Zion Spartan. He's the backup. For Golden Guardians, I don't think he's going to play, regardless if they're losing or if they're winning or anything. Haunter's the starter. Broken Blade is the second cheapest top laner on the slate, and I think that's a mistake. Even looking through, Dardock's the third highest priced jungler. You also have to remember, though, it's only a 2-series slate, so I think people are going to think Golden Guardians is going to be contrarian, and I think people are going to play Golden Guardians based off of that fact, and I think Golden Guardians will actually be higher owned than at least one of these teams. I think FlyQuest will be the highest owned team, but you've seen that with Cloud9 this weekend as well, and it's really about which player you're getting into that captain spot. On Sunday for Cloud9, you had Blabber was the best player to have in the captain spot. It wouldn't have mattered who else you put in that captain spot. Blabber was the best player from Cloud9 to have in the captain spot. So, whoever you put in that captain spot, I think, should be on a team that you think is going to 3-0. And whoever you think is going to be the highest scoring player from that team should be in your captain spot. Now, I've already played around with a couple lineups. It is possible to get basically any lineup that you want, but if you're going to go with who are the favorites, which are FlyQuest, and I haven't seen the odds on the 100 Thieves TSM game, but by the way that Draftkings is pricing them, they're saying 100 Thieves are going to be the favorites. You can get a 4-3 stack with FlyQuest 100 Thieves, but you're not getting an 80 carry or a mid laner in the captain spot. You're either going to get a jungler, a top laner, or support in the captain spot. So that's something to think of. So initially, I'm not playing any Golden Guardians because I'm taking FlyQuest as a 3-0. And that's how my mindset's going to be. So I'm going to be loading up on FlyQuest. I don't like the FlyQuest top liners, though, because you don't know who's going to play. Because even in the last series, I thought Viper was going to... I thought Solo was going to play because how much success that FlyQuest has had with Solo. But they threw Viper out there for the first 2 games. So... And then when they weren't winning, they threw Solo back in. So I'm staying away from the FlyQuest top laners because I think they can be subbed even if Solo starts. And if FlyQuest did lose 2 games, which I don't think will happen, but if they did, I could see FlyQuest subbing in Viper because that's what they just didn't make sense why they pulled Solo in the first place because how much success they had with Solo. But that's just my 2 cents on it. So, the top liners that I will be looking at, the only 2 I'll be looking at are Someday and Broken Blade. And this is basically going to be whoever I'm going to be stacking with FlyQuest. So if I'm stacking 100 Thieves, I'm going to go Someday. If I'm stacking TSM, I'm going to go Broken Blade. Do I think both of these guys... I wouldn't see this is... No, this is the thing. I wouldn't be throwing either one of these guys in the captain spot because I'm saying I'm either taking Someday or I'm taking Broken Blade. I'm not playing these guys together in the same lineup because I'm not playing any other top laners because I'm not a person that max enters these contests. I play one at the most I play like 5 lineups. So I won't be playing these guys in the same lineup. Could you? Yes, because I could see this going to 5 games, but I won't be. I want to treat it as, if I'm picking a player, I'm expecting their team to win the series. I'm not gonna pick the two teams that are going against each other and hoping they go to 5 games and it's a bloodbath. I want one side of the coin or the other. So someday and Brook Blade are the only 2 top laners I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the FlyQuest top laners, and I'm not looking at Haunter. Moving over to jungle, again, I think FlyQuest 3-0s, so Santorin obviously is a pick for me. And then I'm not looking at closer because I don't think Golden Guardians is going to win the series. I don't think they're going to take a game off of FlyQuest code. So I'm not looking at Golden Guardians. And like I said, I think people are going to think that they're the underdog that most people won't be playing. And I think they're going to go a little bit higher on and not be the contrarian team to play. And then Meteos and Dardoch are both on the table, I think. And I think a lineup with Meteos or Dardoch in the jungle spot and then Santorin in the captain spot, or vice versa, have either Meteos or Dardoch in the captain spot and Dardoch in the jungle spot, I think that's a viable lineup. I mean, I chopped first place on Sunday with Blabber in my captain spot and Inspired in the jungle spot. So I had 2 junglers in the lineup. Going over to mid lane, Power of Evil, most expensive, not a surprise. Golden Glue is not that good in the solo lane. I think he has one of the highest solo kill death rates in the league. It's just insane. And I think Power of Evil can take advantage of that. And again, Ryoma, Bjergsen, Ryoma at 7,400, Bjergsen at 7,200, both in play. It's just which one of those teams I think is going to win. If I think 100 Thieves is going to win, I'm going to have 100 Thieves either 3-4 stack with FlyQuest filling in the rest, and then same thing with Bjergsen. If I think TSM's going to win, I'm going to have Bjergsen with 2 other or 3 other TSM players with a FlyQuest stack. So that's my thoughts on that. Wild Turtle at 8,000, your most expensive 80 carry. Doesn't surprise me. I like Wild Turtle, but I don't think I would play him in the captain spot, just because I could see him playing something like Senna. So he could probably get a lot of assists if he plays Senna. But I'm going to stick with Wild Turtle in my 80 carry spot. Cody Sun and Kabe. I think if I'm doing a TSM stack with FlyQuest, I'm not playing Kabe. I think the only 2 80 carries I'm looking at are Wild Turtle and Cody Sun. Because if 100 Thieves is winning, it's because of Cody Sun. Cody Sun plays really, really well. I think he's actually a really good NA homegrown talent for the NA LCS. So I don't think I'm going to be playing Kabe. Could that be a mistake? Yes. But I don't think Kabe is the one that carries TSM. I think Bjergsen, for the most part, Bjergsen and Broken Blade do a lot of the heavy lifting on TSM. Whereas I think Cody Sun and Someday do a lot of the heavy lifting on 100 Thieves. And then rolling over to support, I could see Ignar in a FlyQuest stack, but Ignar is not my favorite support on the slate. I actually think Biofrost is my favorite support, just because Biofrost does a really good job at roaming around the map and getting kills in the mid lane for Bjergsen, or roaming up when they swap for Rift Herald and there's a fight. Biofrost is always there. So I think Biofrost is my favorite support on the slate. And then I would say it would be Ignar and then Stunt. Again, this is based off of because I'm going to be stacking FlyQuest in these lineups. If I'm pairing 100 Thieves with FlyQuest and I'm not playing Ignar, I'm playing Stunt. If I'm stacking TSM with FlyQuest, I'm not playing Ignar. I'm going to play Biofrost. So that's how I feel about support. Huhi and Keith, we're not even. Golden Guardians shouldn't even be in playoffs, honestly. They earned their spot, I understand that, but I just don't think they should be in playoffs. And then when you come to the team position, because I'm not including Golden Guardians, TSM being the cheapest team, obviously a great option. And again, if this game prolongs out, the series prolongs out, it could be good. And you could see more turrets being taken, more dragons, more barons, whatnot, first bloods. And again, 100 Thieves, TSM is just, if I'm going to play 100 Thieves, I'm going to play 100 Thieves. If I'm going to play TSM, I'm going to play TSM. I think this matchup really is a toss-up. I think it's a 50-50. And I do think that it goes to at least Game 4, and it has a high possibility of going to Game 5. And then, of course, I've already said that I think FlyQuest 3-0s, if FlyQuest 3-0s, they're dominating the objectives, they're dominating the Dragon, they're dominating Baron. So FlyQuest is very viable. And like I said, you can get some nice looking lineups with FlyQuest mixed with 100 Thieves and TSM. But like I said, I haven't found a combination yet where you can get either the mid lane or the AD carry into a captain spot with FlyQuest and 100 Thieves. It's more like you're going to get a top laner or jungler or support. So hopefully this helps you guys out moving forward, looking at this slate. Like and subscribe. Going to be covering the next video you'll see will be the LPL LCK slate for April 8th. It's a big slate. There is a big $100,000 first tournament on Draftkings for it, so I'm gonna really load up on that and shoot for the 100,000. So keep an eye on that. Like and subscribe. Thank you guys.